Hey everybody, welcome to the Agent on Demand TV personality broadcast. Do me a quick favor, if you can hear me and see the screen, can you type in the chat box there that you can?
Hey, I want to make sure also everybody can hear me as well. This is Mike Costigan. We are on a very, very busy broadcast. Sometimes Google Hangouts will give us a little bit of trickiness. So if you just give us a quick yes, and Kevin, if you can monitor that because I can't see that.
They cannot hear anything. Okay, now we can.
Bunch of yeses?
Bunch of yeses now, a couple cannots. Make sure your mic, your speakers are correct. Your earphones, if you're using earphones, got a bunch of can'ts, but a bunch of yeses as well.
Can't see the screen. They must be able to hear.
They can see this. Can you see the screen, guys?
They must be able to hear. They wouldn't be saying yes.
All right, we can see the screen, but some can't hear.
There's not a whole lot we can do for those that can't hear, Kevin. As long as we got most people that can see and hear, we'll just have to go because they can't hear us for the instructions. This is Google Hangout stuff.
All right.
Let's move forward because we are going to run out of time here with the time we've got allotted.
All right. I can see the screen, no audio. Okay, so everybody can see, but it seems like some of them are having a hard time.
That's okay. Let's go ahead.
All right, everybody. This is Kevin Goodnight. I've got Mike Costigan here with us today, who he's been on radio, been on TV. He is the expert in creating a personality or a celebrity personality for your business. Mike, you want to introduce yourself there?
Yes, hi. Thanks for having me, Kevin. I'm very excited to be a part of this, guys. Actually, Kevin is the founder of Agent on Demand and More Commissions Media. Very successful agent / broker himself, as am I. Kind of brought me onto this because I have spent an entire career building celebrity status here in Atlanta, Georgia. I was the #1 Remax agent in North Atlanta. I sold over average about 400, and I call them automatic home sales every year because of my celebrity status. I was on a radio station of over 1 million listeners, the largest talk radio station in the country. I've been featured on network TV, recognized by thousands of morning TV viewers. I successfully built a business around people recognizing my name. Gets to the point where you actually can almost have to screw up and not get business. It's much like a celebrity on TV. People tend to line up to work with the person at the top of the hill. There's never a line to work with the guy at the bottom. So my intent here today, what Kevin has asked me to do is to help talk to you about the TV on-demand TV opportunity. But before I leave here, I'll make sure that you've got some actionable stuff here where you will strongly know how to create celebrity status in your marketplace. And, and quite frankly, guys, once you do this, you'll work less hours than anybody and you'll completely dominate your marketplace. And I'll tell you a little bit about my listing success, but it's all about getting the listings. And Kevin, I'm going to turn it over to Kevin and let him kind of give you an idea of, what's going on in the marketplace here. And then I'll get into showing you guys, and you don't need to write any of this down, but I'll get into showing you guys exactly how to create the celebrity status, how to bring that over to the on-demand TV opportunity as well. So Kevin, here you go.
All right, everybody. Hopefully you can still see this. So check these out. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that network TV, meaning your local news network, the network TV, are dwindling and going over to the streaming. I mean, streaming is booming. Look, Variety Magazine reporting streaming is overtaking live TV among consumer viewing preferences. And that's just in 2015, a couple months ago. Nielsen, everybody knows Nielsen. Nielsen continues to report viewers are continuing to shift to streaming views. I mean, Hulu has taken over the live TV. You can pretty much watch anything you want the very next day from network TV on Hulu now, which is one of the streaming channels. Even Business Insider reports TV having its worst year ever in 2015. TV is dying rapidly.
It's funny, Kevin, because I don't mean to interrupt you here, but you mentioned Apple TV. Do you know that I had DirecTV forever, but I've completely moved over to Apple TV last year, some months ago, is really when I shut the TV off completely and went right to streaming. No more commercials and all of that. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. Look at these headlines here. TV is dying, and here are the stats that prove it, put out by Business Insider. That was in 2013. The Wall Street Journal, of everybody knows the Wall Street, streaming overtakes live TV among consumer viewing preferences. Variety magazine, streaming overtakes live TV among consumer viewing preferences. The Hollywood Reporter, it's end of days for land of cable. So everybody seems to be switching over to this streaming.
Hey, I'm curious about this too, because you're kind of the expert on on what's happening in the media. Is that certain demographics that that we're seeing this shift on, or is it?
This is actually worldwide. Roku
no groups or anything crazy?
What's that?
No certain age groups, demographics.
It really isn't. It means overall. Overall, seems to be switching to streaming rather than live TV. I mean, the cable TV and Verizon, Fios in this area anyway, are offering all kinds of deals to try to keep their customers from switching over. You really don't need it anymore other than local news.
Oh, cool. Okay, guys, let's get into showing you how to be a celebrity. Guys, this is the kind of stuff that you probably want to write some of this down, but I want to, I guess, the key point to make here is that in our businesses, we call ourselves small businesses. I think that's small thinking. I hate to call it small business, but all of us are as real estate agents. And, I got into the real estate business. I've been a broker / agent for close to, I guess, 26, 27 years now, 28 actually. Started out doing business the traditional way. And, we've seen the forms of media change. We've seen people go from different kinds of advertising. And I've always been a marketer. I've always been a guy who just wanted to get my name out there. I recognized that I wasn't a guy, I wasn't a Coca-Cola. I wasn't a Microsoft or an Oracle, somebody that everybody would know just because I sent out a couple of postcards. I don't have that kind of budget. None of us have that kind of budget, especially when I first got into real estate. So I really quickly went out there. I started watching the statistics of what everybody was doing. I sat in my office and I looked around at the average agent. I mean, we had this bullpen set up. It was a very, very, very productive office, by the way, but it seemed like people sat around, look at the listing board every month, and it was, somebody would put on 1 or 2 listings here and there. We'd maybe have 30, 40 new listings for the whole office. And that's pretty pathetic production, I thought. I was able to get in there just by making phone calls, and I was putting in 8 to 10 listings a month myself. So I really quickly became one of the top listing agents. But, I found out that there's just a limit that I could do. I can't make phone calls every day. I can't dig up all the for sale by owners every day. I can't be writing letter to the expireds every day. I just couldn't do it. So I looked for a way to get really big results. I'm a big believer in thinking really big. I don't believe that there's any rules. I don't believe that there's really limits. Rules are made up and limits really are endless. It's all how we think. So I thought to myself, and I was working with a very famous mentor, without mentioning any names. I love the guy. He taught me direct response marketing, but he also told me I couldn't be successful in branding myself because I wasn't Coca-Cola. And he was wrong, extremely wrong. I went right to network TV. I started creating direct response commercials on direct TV, a number of different offers. I call these things, there's different status elevators. I look for a way to really elevate my status in the traditional real estate business where sellers would recognize my name. So I was the guy at the top of the hill. When I walked in the door, people knew who I was. They automatically wanted to do business with me. Most importantly, this is a form of advertising that creates instant response. Like, people will see you. And I became, in no time, 30 days, 60 days, I was the Atlanta real estate guy, period. Everybody knew me. So they're calling the guy on TV. And it seems really silly because, we've done nothing but paid for an ad on TV and written some good copy, hopefully made ourselves look like we knew what we were talking about. But people will invite you in because you're that guy on TV. I used to put it in network news in the mornings. NBC, CBS were my two biggest. And so I was the news guy. We'd run little ads on there during the news that said, the news or real estate in a moment, the real estate update by Mike Costigan. So I was the guy, but people wanted to do business with me. So they actually would just pick up the phone, and I call it instant response, because they'd pick up the phone and they'd say, Mike, come over and list the house. So there was no sales pitch. Great. When are you available? I'm here tonight at 6 o'clock, or I can come over tomorrow at noon. Which is better? Bam, and I'd go over and list it. Very worst case, it would direct them over to a bigger sales pitch. I had about a 30-second commercial on TV, so I couldn't do all the pitch that I wanted to do, but I could put some headline up there, give them some benefit of doing business with me, or going to look at my guaranteed home sale website or whatever I was running it at the time, and I could direct them to a bigger sales goals. But what it did is it just brings a massive audience to you versus sending out a couple of putting a couple of ads in a newspaper or in a magazine and hoping somebody finds you. It creates a real character. When people are seeing you visually and when they're hearing you, they form this crazy relationship in their head. And I say crazy, but hopefully they don't see you that way. They see you as a trusted expert, an advisor. You're on TV. You're somebody. So it creates this connection, and it really makes the sales easy. Something I was very successful with was radio. When I mentioned to you before, I was on the largest talk radio station in the country. It was WSB 750. It is another mass market status elevator. When I say mass market, I mean it reaches your entire market. It's not a farm area. You have to be able to handle quite a bit of business in different parts of your state, wherever there's coverage. Yeah, that creates opportunities for you to refer business when you can't. But it has the same effect. In fact, very, very, very similar results to TV. They're not seeing you, but you become the morning radio guy. You become the personality, the person that they tune into. You actually start having regular listeners and regular watchers on TV. And it's the same effect as TV. It'll create instant response. People will call you. They want to speak to Mike. They'll say, Mike, come list the home. And again, it also gives me an opportunity to send them over to a bigger sales close. A little bit more targeted than TV because we had some demographics that were a little bit more accurate. You could go country station, you could go R&B stations. It really didn't matter what you are or who you are, as long as you're on that station, the audience responds to you. But again, it creates it helps you to create character. It creates an emotional connection with these people. And I will tell you, with just these two mediums alone, this is how powerful it is. Your average real estate agent in Georgia, at the time I was doing the radio and TV heavily, the average agent was selling anywhere from 4 to 6 homes a year. That's average. Audited stats from FMLS and MLS here in the Atlanta area. My biggest month listing was 107 new homes. 107 from radio and TV alone. That's how powerful media is. Most agents want to do this. Most agents can't do this because most agents can afford to do this. And you don't want to be spending more money than you're making, obviously. It costs me a lot of money. It costs me 6 figures a month to run that business, just an expense on radio and TV. So it's very expensive. But the power of media is, oh my God, it's just tremendous. And I've since moved I'm a very grateful guy, and people who know me, and I know many of you do know me, and those of you who know me on a personal level, the reason that I do the coaching and the teaching of real estate agents and sharing things like this is, I'm in a position where I don't have to sell any more homes at all, ever. And that's because of radio, TV, and some of the other branding techniques that are available out there for us today at much, much cheaper costs. I'm very grateful to be in the position I am. I get fulfillment today out of actually giving back to an industry that's been really good to me and to my family. And I'm at a point where I enjoy sharing, and I spend most of my days doing this and teaching people how to do this. And I'm glad to help any of you do this as well too. And I'll give you my contact information at the end for being here with me. But I want to impress upon you the different level you can instantly take yourself to in the real estate business by creating celebrity status, by being somebody that prospects already feel like they have a connection with. I very quickly got to a point where I could not handle the business. And when I say very quickly, 4 to 6 months max, I had to hire listing agents to go out and list these properties for me. And they got so busy that I didn't even pay these people. We can discuss more about this later, but I didn't even have to pay them a split of the commission. I paid a flat fee, a couple $100, go out and just sign these people up. because you have to screw up. This is what you say. Sign here, and they're right out the door in 30 minutes. There's no more long listing presentations. There's no more of this traditional pitch and going through a PowerPoint and all of that. You walk in the door. Hey, it's Mike Costigan. Wow, you're real. Yes, I'm real. Glad that you called me over here. Very nice to meet you guys. I've literally signed autographs for people just from being on radio and TV. And to me, that was the most hysterical thing in the world when the first person asked. In fact, the very first person asked me to sign one for his son. And I was just blown away. But I guess what I'm trying to get at, you become larger than life. When you become larger than life, there is no selling involved. So you can have a very, very successful real estate career, make more money than you probably expect to make without having to do any selling or give any kind of cheesy sales pitches. Another way that's available to us today that I use really heavily is internet video. It also creates character with you. I had a video blog that we called it the No BS. I call myself the No Bull Real Estate Guy. And you can see the expression on my face here in a screen cap. I gave really hardcore tips. You can see some of these even still on that blog. I believe it's just up today just for the sake of it, but really hardcore tips about how to fix homes. I would walk through listings that weren't selling, and I would point out exactly why these people aren't selling and why this agent is screwed up. But it creates this character. The great thing about internet video is it's very cheap. The hard thing about internet video is that not a lot of people see it. And also a lot of people, it's hard to get people to it. Unless you're advertising on a larger medium and you're directing people there. And secondly, it's something that most people are doing today. Hopefully you're doing this in your business today. If you're not, it's something you should implement just for the sake of it being very cheap. Another way to create is with billboards. Surprisingly today, there's many agents that I coach today that are still, that are using billboards and having massive success with it. It is more of a medium market status elevator, meaning that you can spread billboards out around your zip codes, around your counties that you work. So when people are coming in and out of your territory, people see you. Now, I'm a big believer in direct response marketing, and I don't want these kind of things to scare you where it says your home sold in 90 days or we buy it. Anybody can do this, by the way. That's not something that I teach. It's something that I'm happy to share some details with you and show you how to do if you'd like. But that's not what this is about. The idea is that I'm creating name recognition. People see me in and out when they're driving in and out from work every day. People hear me on the radio on their drive to work, and people see me on their TV as they're having breakfast. It's a pretty powerful thing when people know you. But it's not important to me. You'll notice that it's all geared towards sellers. I don't care if one buyer ever calls me on this, ever. In fact, I don't know if any ever did. And I don't care, because what I want to do is I want to create a personality. I want to create an image for myself. I want to be the known guy to the sellers, because when you control the listings, you control the marketplace, and the buyers naturally come along with it. Not only do the buyers come with it, but the buyers who aren't the time wasting buyers, real buyers come along with this. People who will actually pick up the phone and call you off of a sign. That's a serious buyer who has the guts to pick up the phone and call a real estate agent, right? All I cared about was listing the homes. Nobody can list homes better than me or better than you when you have this type of coverage. I routinely carry a couple hundred listings, probably never less than 100 listings. Becomes very, very busy, becomes very easy to attract buyers, and you don't have to spend your entire life running around. And you may love working with buyers, and that's a great thing if that's your skill. Wasn't my thing. I was too busy with sellers, planting signs in yards and writing contracts. So it's a good problem to have.
It is.
Also, direct mail. Now you back up your marketplace with direct mail. Now you've saturated your name everywhere. They see you. Now when they get a piece in the mail from you, it almost doesn't matter what you say at this point. You don't hit the round file. You're not right to the trash. You become a pile mail because they recognize you. Now they may not use this. They may never call you for months, right? Until they're ready to sell. But you've created such a powerful brand in the marketplace. So I proved my mentor wrong. The guy is a multi-millionaire from teaching direct response marketing, and I respect everything he's ever taught me, but he was absolutely wrong about being able to brand. You just have to do it on certain levels, and you have to use the right medium. You cannot be using magazines and cable TV today to be branding. Because why? They are just not effective. If you're a seller, and you've interviewed 5 real estate agents who you don't know. Maybe you saw a sign, maybe somebody gave you a name, maybe you found one of these little magazines and they said, "What are you doing that's different?" You have nothing, right? You can say you're the greatest, you're number one, you've sold all these things. Nobody really cares. They don't care. They want to know, what do you do for me? They listen to WIFM. What's in it for me? I'm sure you've heard that a million times. It's absolutely true, right? You have to stand out. You have to look different. When you've branded yourself with media, you don't even have to go through that. You're going to tell them what you do, but you don't have to go through that because you're automatically the choice for them. But magazines and TV, it's all cable TV. It's just old stuff. And as Kevin was showing you at the news, and I believe all those headlines, by the way, Kevin, I mean, that's just something I can't even remember the last time I turned on a cable TV real estate channel. I started that my first year in real estate, and it was, oh my God, the expense of it. A magazine, I believe, is still about $400 per page. For 1 month of stuff that you can never change. It's the same pictures up there. If you throw in a bunch of homes that don't attract buyers, you can't swap them out. It was a joke for me. I did it because I like to feel good that I was on the front page of the magazine. I'm beyond the ego days today. I'm more about results, but I got very little return off of it. It doesn't create a whole lot of name recognition because most people aren't picking these up at the grocery store anymore. And frankly, the sellers don't care. I care about things that make sellers care. So this is why it's so important to be on cutting edge, using cutting edge technology.
Hey, Mike, out of curiosity, what did those TV ads cost you back then for this cable?
Oh God, man.
Any idea?
I was probably $250,000 a year. I was more than that for radio, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
I was easily $500,000 in advertising just on those 2 things. Massively powerful, so it paid for itself, but it's kind of a heavy thing to have over your head every month that you're spending $100,000 to run your business, salaries, and advertising.
Sure.
It was rough.
Right.
But anyway, this is, Kevin, this is how it always worked for me, and everybody should hear me. This is how I always got all of the business. I mean, I would never lose a listing, but I can't say never. There were times people didn't choose me, and then those people were crazy. I used to leave there thinking these people really were nuts, but they chose me because I was always first to market. I was always the guy I was always the against the grain guy. If somebody was doing this, I was doing that. If somebody said, you can't do this, I'd say, I'll show you. And I would do it. And I became really, really, really big. You either loved me or hated me in this marketplace. And the people that hated me were the real estate agents. Not all of them, but there's people who are like, being in the business for 25, 30 years. And here's this rookie who pops on TV and he's blowing everybody away. Everybody knew me. I mean, it got to the point, literally, if I went to a bar, I would go to a bar somewhere out with my wife. There could be a line 4 people deep all the way around the bar. I could walk up to the bar, and if I showed them my ID, people knew me. My drinks come first now. I go to the gas station. I look at my credit card. Oh, Mike Costigan, you're the guy on, yes, that's me. Thank you. People knew me everywhere I went. I couldn't even say my name. I moved in my neighborhood here, and I remember the first neighbor that I met, she goes, "You're the TV guy. You're the real estate guy." They know me, right? And it was always because I'm the only guy doing this stuff. And I'm sure if you look around your marketplaces and the guys and girls that are on TV, they're doing all kinds of listings. They just are. It's the most powerful medium that there is. And sellers will always choose the most forward-thinking agent. They're always going to want to be with the most visible agent, the agent who's actually doing something different, because like it or not, in the real estate business, and guys, I've trained over 20,000 agents over the past few years. Trust me on this. Sellers do not care what the average agent does. They don't care who you are. They don't care how good looking you are. They don't care how special you think you are. They care what you do for them. Period. The average real estate agent, when I start training them, I break down their listing presentation because I want you to control the market right away. Everybody says the same things and nobody cares. I would walk in and I would say, "I'm on TV." You're done. Boom. You got their attention. I'm celebrity, right? And I'm also delivering information always in the ways that prospects want to receive it. This is why we've seen the home tours, right? And the internet video. That's like the most searched real estate term now is real estate video, real estate pictures, right? Because you're giving people information in the way they want it. In a magazine, is that information the way they want it? They got about 14 words and they got to call for a price, or they got to call to schedule a showing. They don't care about all of that. It's too much work, right? They can't flip through live pictures and all that. They don't care. So you can't build a business that suits the real, that you can't take what you're wanting to do and jam the seller's mentality into it. You've got to build a business around the seller's mentality. So you've always got to be using the newest, the most innovative, the most cutting edge technology that, and when you do it, always create celebrity status, and it makes closing really easy. It makes it automatic, and it generates, when I say massive income, it's a really great feeling to go from making 30,000 or 40,000 to making 100 or 200,000. It's an even better feeling to go from 2 to 300 to making a 7-figure income while you're working less. Okay, it's a good feeling in it. Whether we say money can't buy happiness, it sure doesn't hurt, and
Right.
it sure makes it easy to dominate your marketplace. You'll have top agents in your marketplace that are wanting to come work for you. Recruiting for me was an absolute joke. I used to have my closing agents go there and recruit the other agents at the closings, and people all knew who I was. And they, anyway, I could ramble on about this too, because I believe so much in branding. And that's why, I was so wanting to get involved with Kevin on this. And I know, Kevin, what you guys have started, or the on-demand thing. Why don't you tell them about the Roku, and how this is working, because I thought this was really interesting. And when Kevin brought me on, Kevin, they had already done, Agent on Demand had already done a pre-launch with Roku, which has over 10 million viewers. And they had over 100% of the agents this was presented to on the pre-launch. It blew me away. 100% of them took advantage of this.
Yeah,
100%.
everyone.
And when Kevin let me talk to them. I didn't get a chance to talk to everybody, but just the excitement around it, right? Everybody wanting to jump on it. To me, that was a good enough indicator that it was something that I wanted to get involved in. And the biggest number one thing, and I shared this with you already, Kevin, was that they loved how it was received by the sellers, that it just made the closing down on a listing appointment really, really easy. They were just really impressed about it. Do you want to tell them a little bit about? I probably just kind of covered all of that, didn't I? Sorry.
You did, but that's okay. I mean, everybody should be familiar with Roku. If they're not, it's just like the Apple TV. It's a streaming device. It's a service that you can get, attach it to your TV, attach it to the internet, and then choose Netflix, Hulu, you name it. There's umpteen channels in this thing that you can download and view at your preference. They have private channels that you can add. Pretty much anything you can think of is now on streaming, whether it's Apple TV. Well, let me back up. Apple TV is probably has the least viewers because they're still not open source yet. They're still not allowing other channels to be produced on it yet. Roku is the leader with over 10 million viewers now worldwide. So the viewership of your listings, your channel that you create, they're viewed by over 10 million people, or at least have the ability to be seen by 10 million people. That's sellers can, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, so that's crazy. I mean, I was blown away by
it really is.
How big Roku was and how big it even blows Apple TV away and Amazon and all of that. It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. They can go in on their Roku device. They can type in real estate, and every real estate channel, whether it's Atlanta, Maryland, I mean, city, state, wherever, will pop up, and they add it to their feed. So they're specifically requesting the information, adding it to their streaming device, and viewing it at their leisure, right from their sofa, maybe in their underwear. Who knows?
So that is,
it's crazy.
So when I and obviously this is what I find really, I guess, the biggest benefit of it is that it creates that same celebrity status that I could do on network TV that was costing me $250,000 a year, literally for pennies on the dollar.
Absolutely.
It's so cheap. And quite frankly, that's also a big reason why I know we're talking about Roku, but why I went over to Apple TV. I'm just one of these Apple nerds. I guess I've become one of those lately over the past couple of years. I guess it's just, for me as a TV viewer, it's a cheaper way to watch the stuff that I want to watch and be able to see it right away. And that's the key here. I remember on cable TV, you used to have to watch, if you're watching the real estate channel, you had to wait 2 hours to see your spots come back up again. But it's not like that. You're on there. The second somebody sees something that they like, you're on there. And I thought it was just really cool. But we're having just massive success so far with the agents that are taking advantage of this. And so guys, Kevin, I'm going to turn this over to you in just a second here, but Agent on Demand, it really is the first to market on demand TV network. And it really is just an on-demand celebrity status automation vehicle. You can upload home tours. I got some pictures here on the screen, but you can upload home tours that you've had created by a home tour company. You could upload a video. You can walk through the house yourself, create a video. You could have somebody interview you. You could create a self-promotional piece. Kevin, what is it? Up to like 100 and what is it? Like 1,000 kilobytes or something like that? 1 megabyte?
Yeah, 1 megabyte. It seems
you could,
the fastest. You can do longer, but then you start to lose interest.
Yeah, you don't want to. Well, you never want to create a promotion, a self-promotion too long. You want to think TV commercial, 30-second, a minute. I mean, you could feasibly run 5 or 6 minutes, I guess here, and still have people's interest. But you could effectively make it your own real estate presentation show. It's like your own channel. People could click on, they could pull up real estate and then go Mike Costigan. They could see one of the homes that I like, one of the homes that I've got listed. They could pick that. In the middle of that or at the end of that, I could add a 5-minute self-promotional piece. Or in the middle of my home tours, I can put a video that I've created of myself. I can do it with my webcam here on one of my computers. I could have somebody professionally shoot. You can do anything you want. It's unrestricted here. You're like the celebrity, right? You're
in fact,
instantly a personality.
In fact, in the pre-launch, a lot of the agents that we took this to, and the brokers as well, are putting their vendors, basically commercials for their vendors, in this video for them and charging them a fee to be in their video. It's nuts. So they're basically getting it for free.
Well, the profit, I mean, you can make profit on it.
Oh, that too, right.
So, but what I found was so easy in how to do it. Why don't you kind of walk them through the steps on exactly how to get, put the videos on demand?
Sure. Let's see here. So the first step, you will select your channel. Do you want 1 channel, 2 channel, 3 channel, 4 channel? You'll see most of the major metropolitan areas across the country on this page. You'll check, do you want north, south, east, or west, wherever your property falls. Click that.
So if I'm in Atlanta, I have 4 channels?
You do. You have Atlanta North, Atlanta South, Atlanta East, and Atlanta West.
Okay. Oh, cool.
So you would just pick one, click the next button, fill in your personal information there, click OK, make me famous. And then here's where you register your account. So put in your email account. This will take you to your personalized dashboard. Create a password, confirm your password, create your account. And then this is your dashboard. This is where on the left there, you'll see a quick video on how to use the dashboard. On the right is where you upload your channel or your channel videos. So you're filling your name, what state you're in, choose the major metropolitan area for you, whether you want north, south, east, west, whatever you've chosen. And then right below that, all you do is fill in the address of the property that you're promoting, or a title if you don't have a property but you're doing a self-promotion video. And then right below that is where you upload the video, whether it's a home tour you've created on your iPhone, whatever it is. We've got some discounted home tours by professionals that you'll see links to on the left-hand side of your dashboard there.
What's the free tour factor? I know you and I discussed that a little bit before.
Yeah. Tour Factory is something that you create a free account. You can go in and upload your still photographs of all your listings, and it'll create a home tour based on those stills. So it's still photograph, although it moves in and out of the photograph like it's live.
And for the Circle Pix link, we've got a discounted link inside the dashboard for people, right?
Correct.
Listen, this is something that you and I had talked about too, and probably should have pointed out to everybody, because this is the nationwide rollout of the program after the pre-launch here. There is there's a certain degree of exclusivity that's going to go along with this channel. If I'm the Atlanta agent and I choose Atlanta North, there's not going to be a whole lot of people on here for, well, I mean, pretty soon there will be. But at this time, being part of the initial launch, you're going to have a lot of exposure. I'd be uploading personal promotion stuff. I'd be uploading special promotions. I'd be uploading home tours of my most my sought after listings, I guess the things that I thought would get the most reaction. And also, I mean, Kevin, they can swap out videos at any time during the month too, right?
Absolutely.
Just
As
go on
these things expire, as your listings expire, as they get sold, whatever it is, you just upload another video, tell us which one to take out, and we'll swap them right out. It's just been ridiculous, the success these agents have been having with this.
So so here's how you take advantage of it. You'll see down at the bottom of the screen, if you just go to famousagent.tv, it'll take you right to the beginning of the funnel where you select your channels and you get started. There's a 14-day guarantee. So it takes a little while to get the channels up. So if during the 14 days, or it gets to get the media up, sometimes it can take a few days. During the 14 days, if you choose that you decide you don't want to do it, you don't want to be a part of it, which you'd be crazy to do because it's ridiculously cheap. And it creates such great celebrity status for you. One listing, it'll pay for it for the next 5 years. But you can have all your money back, no questions asked. And Kevin, we had talked about this. We mentioned a little bit, you mentioned Apple TV and Amazon Fire. Agent on Demand has been officially embraced as the on-demand solution for the real estate industry, and Agent on Demand, and this is why I was so excited to become part of it with Kevin and the rest of the team, is that it's going to Apple TV. It's going to be on Amazon Fire. It'll be on Google TV. You're able to get on now during the initial launch, not for the $1,000 a month that it will be, which I still believe is very cheap. A magazine costs $400 a month for a page, roughly, but you get on for $197 monthly. It's a monthly subscription. There's no long-term contracts. You try it, you either love it or you let us know in 14 days, get your money back, or you cancel at the end of the month and you never pay again. Once you're on here and once you see the effect that celebrity status has for you, you'll never cancel. But you're locked into the $197, by the way. And Kevin and I had actually discussed this prior to doing this, that if you do come on and you tried at the $197, when you come on at $197, you're automatically locked into that price forever. So if you go off for a month, or you go off for a couple of months, or you go on vacation, if you don't want to be on there for whatever reason, things happen in life. We all have different circumstances, and you ever want to come back, you'll always be locked in at the $197 price because you're one of the first people that came on the channels. So you won't be charged the $997. Also, we are creating a hosted show where we'll be doing live agent interviews from selected agents across the country, and you will have the first opportunity. Not only be first in line to get the Apple TV, the Amazon, and the Google, but you will be on the first opportunity to be selected to be on the hosted show with the interviews as well too. So Kevin's going to take some questions. I can't see it because I am a guest on here.
That's what we've been answering them. I've been answering them as we go here.
You're answering them in the background.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just make a comment. I'm sure everybody has seen I guess it was in the 90s. What was his name? Mike
Rowe.
Mike Rowe, could not remember his last name. Mike Rowe on Sunday mornings would go to the builders and these new communities, and then just regular old listings and interview the agent, interview the builder. That's similar to what we're doing, although ours is going to have a much greater reach with the 10 million viewers in Roku alone. Now Google TV, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV are all coming also that you'll automatically be added to as soon as they launch. You also have the opportunity, like Mike said, to be interviewed on that show for being one of our launch agents here. So it's going to be, I mean, it's working really well out west for these people that were in the pre-launch. They're going into these listing presentations, telling them they have 10 million eyes or potential of 10 million eyes on their listing, and they're leaving with the listing. They're not even interviewing other agents, it seems.
Well, the very cool part about it that I think is, me, I'm an interactive guy, right? I would sit down with the seller and I'd say, turn on the TV, any of them that have Roku, and I would just click on it and say here. And this is what we probably need to explain too. It is not a big scroll. It is not a big scrolling video. In other words, you're not going to wait 2 hours for ads to cycle through for yours to come back on. These users, it's kind of the magic of direct of on-demand TV. You click on the home tour that you want to see. So you're gonna, and we'll coach you and we'll help you with this, and listen, this is the other thing about us, as I mentioned to you, I'm very grateful to be in the position I am, to be able to give back and to help. Okay, I think you're gonna realize this when you actually call into our system, to our service, when you talk to our customer service people, and I don't even like to call them customer service people. These are people that have worked very closely in my business and Kevin's business over the years. Our teammates are people that really do care and they really want the best, and I think that's why I know the things I've been a part of for the past couple of years have been such a good success, because we actually really do care. We want this to work. So we literally will take you by the hand and walk you through the process if you need. If you need coaching and help on which maybe properties are going to work better or which is going to give you the best result, we're here to help you. I think you're going to find, though, that it is so easy when you register for this. It is so easy to get the results, because the results you're looking for are the sellers. Buyers are great, but you're going to find it so easy, because when you walk in and you show people that you're not the guy or girl who is just putting a couple ads online that get automatically populated like everybody else, which I would walk in and I would say, hey, this guy, sure, they're putting you on these websites. It's automatic. It costs them nothing. They have nothing invested, no loss, no risk, right? For me, I have you on live TV, on-demand TV. I'm different. I would blow you away. I mean, I would crush you right away.
Yeah.
There will be a listing.
Really
There would never be a listing that I wouldn't get with something like this, because I'm cutting edge and sellers recognize it, and it's what sellers want, and sellers will relate because they're all going to the on-demand TV these days. So, but we are here to walk you through this. We are here to help you all the way through. We're here to help you even with ideas about self-promotion video and the kind of offers. And I'm happy to answer questions along the way. We don't, you don't just jump on here and submit some ads and blindly hope that it works. I'm a guy who's been doing direct response. I'm the most sought after direct response marketer in the real estate industry. I am more than happy. I'm not going to charge you money for the coaching. I'm not going to charge you money for the help. Anytime, day or night, email me. If we got to get on the phone for help, really, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to help you along with your real estate business. I truly enjoy helping. It's a somewhat emotional thing for me, but I really care about this. And to me, the greatest reward is to get emails every day that say, hey, thanks for this. Hey, I made a few sales, or hey, I wasn't paying my bills last month and now I am. So, I mean, we truly are that open book. And want to be the standard by which every other company is measured. So when you call us, you reach out to us, I want you to feel very good that you got partners on your side here, and somebody who's really going to make this work for you. And again, for being the first ones, you'll always be locked into the 197. It's virtually risk-free. Like I said, you try it for 14 days, go on a couple of appointments, show them that you're on this, and see how it works. It truly is magic. So, go to, I can't see the order screen. I know that we're going to do, by the way, Kevin, we also talked about, I guess it's too late here, but we were only going to offer 35 per marketplace because, quite frankly, there's some technology involved in getting it up and running. But
right.
But we're kind of wide open here, I guess, at this point. But it's www.famousagent.tv. Just minimize this screen, open up another browser. You can't click on the link here. Open up another browser. It'll take you right to the page Kevin walked you through already. Just walk yourself through the funnels, and get yourself signed up and get on TV today. Kevin, anything else you want to add here before we go? I know we've probably got a lot of questions over there. I can't, well, you know what? I can see the Q&A screen on my other computer. Hang on.
Can you? I've been answering as we go here. If you want to keep asking, I'll stick around and
okay, but I've got to get on my PC. Hold on. Let me open it up on the PC. I can't see it with Keynote open here.
Wilford's asking, how do people locate you if they're not looking for you? So this is basically streaming TV. In case you haven't used it before, it's like it's basically like Google or search engine. You'll go on, you'll type in I don't know, action movies, real estate, whatever you're looking for, and all of the channels that have those keywords attached to the channel will show up. So if they're specifically looking for real estate, that's what you're looking for, a targeted audience. They're going to add it to their streaming channel. And then every time you change out a video, add a video, whatever it may be, it's automatically updating their channel. So
it's actually cooler than that. I'm becoming an expert on this on-demand TV stuff. Like I can talk to it.
Right.
Show me Jennifer Lopez comedy shows. Anything she's ever appeared on that was comedy, Jennifer Lopez, it matches it up and it's right there. Bam, you just click on it. So it's really cool. You could say Atlanta real estate and it'll search by keywords and pull it up. It's really the neatest thing ever.
Yeah, it really is.
Marcus, Marcus was asking if this was exclusive channel. It's not an exclusive channel per agent, but you can upload any exclusive content that you want, Marcus. I mean, truly, you obviously don't upload anything offensive, but we ask you to stay out of political and religious kind of stuff, but real estate related. It really does not matter what you upload. You can upload like I said, you can go out and have somebody video you walking around home, stuff that you would put on your regular blog. In fact, if you have existing blog videos that you do, a lot of you are highly skilled at this type of marketing. You can actually take those existing videos and upload those if you'd like. You can do a promotion of yourself. Somebody just film you and you can tell people the special benefits that you offer. Put it up there. You could circle picks. Kevin had negotiated or someone on his team negotiated a deal with Circle Picks where they'll come out and give you a discount on a home tour, and they'll send you the actual video file. You can just go onto the dashboard, upload it. So it's exclusive in the sense that you can do whatever you want. And because it's early in the launch, not a whole lot of competition on there yet. It will grow. It will grow fast. We literally, at the pre-launch, Kevin literally had 100% participation. So it will grow fast as we roll this out more and more. But for now, you get some really good exposure. But what I want you to remember about this, me, as I was telling you a little bit about me and how to build celebrity status, the key is you want to build celebrity status with the sellers. Control the sellers, control the marketplace, control the income, control your destiny, control your entire life. Right. So it is the greatest listing tool that's come around, and I can't even remember since the days I was spending $250,000 a year on stinking radio and TV. Okay, it was a lot of money. I'd say stinking, it was huge, but it was a lot of money. But it's so cutting edge and so innovative. That's what it is. It's the seller tool. I'd pay $200 a month all day. I'd prepay you for 10 years in this, Kevin, to be able to walk into sellers and say, look, I'm the only guy on demand here that you've interviewed. Yeah, exactly. Chances are you'll be the only one that they interview that's actually doing this. And you get somebody that's got the Roku box sitting right there in front of them and they turn it on and see you on there, you're done. Sold. Done deal. You're in and out. So, okay, hang on. Let's pick questions. Guys, we have a ton of you guys on here. I'm sorry. We got a ton of questions. We're going to try and pick some questions in the order of relevance. Kevin, if you got one, I'm going to sort through. But in the meantime, guys, just go to famousagent.tv, not .com, famousagent.tv. And go ahead and register and reserve your area. You can pick, Kevin, you said 4 channels in each different major metropolitan area?
Up to 4 channels, yep, in each market.
Channels. Okay, by the way, they're also not, they're not $197 per channel, right, Kevin?
No. They're, I think we added $50 each additional channel.
So you could effectively be on the entire market area for $300 a month, cheaper than a magazine.
Hey, Mike, Wilfred's asking, so if you're on this with 1,000 other agents, how is yours seen before others? Wilfred, it's all about the keywords that you choose to associate with your channel. So if you have a home in a specific development, a specific area of the city that's pretty popular, you add all of those keywords, just like you're using a search engine, and your channel will pop up or your video will pop up in that channel.
Oh, good. Cool. Okay. Lisette. So I can do my own TV commercial on this. Yes.
Absolutely.
You can, that's a very popular thing to do. I mean, it's very cool. I see the difference between TV and radio for me is radio was more of a frequency medium, because they weren't engaging you visually. They had to hear you regularly more often. I had to get a lot of repeat play before people really knew me. TV, man, they see you, they hear you, they respond right away. You're a celebrity. And then you walk in that door. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like stars in their eyes that you're somebody that's on TV that they've seen. So it's very popular to do some promotion. Don't get carried away. I would not, as Kevin mentioned earlier, don't make an hour-long video of yourself because people just don't love you that much. We all like to believe we're the greatest and we could talk about ourselves forever, but keep it, if you want some help outlining some bullet points, or, I'm happy to outline a few things for you and send you a couple things that I would talk about on mine. It's very, very easy stuff, but we'll save that for another time. Let's see. Raquel, I'm sorry, I'm having to keep turning around. Raquel is saying, do I have to have my broker's approval? That depends on your broker, Raquel. It's just like any other regular advertising. It depends on the rules and regulations in your state, but it's just like if you put an ad in a newspaper, it's the same thing. It's just marketing. And I don't know if you're asking if we're requiring the broker to sign on with us. No, we certainly don't. It is, you want to advertise, you advertise. It's between you and your broker, how you arrange things like that.
Let me take one, Mike. Wilford's asking, are there additional charges for the keywords? Absolutely not. We can tag that thing with as many as you give us. And then Gina's asking, what do you get with one channel as opposed to 4? How many properties titles do you get per one channel? So Gina, you get up to 10 videos that you can upload per channel, and you can change those out as much as you want. Send new ones. When one sells, upload a new one, take that one out, whatever you want, but you get 10 videos.
And you can change them right on the dashboard, right, Kevin?
Yep. You just upload them and we'll handle uploading it to the channel.
Okay. And is there a certain format they need to be in?
MP4 is the best format, but WMV works as well. And if you need help with creating some of these, be happy to give you some assistance or show you how to do that. Tour Factory seems to be the very easiest. It's free. You upload your photos and download it for still frames. If you want live, Circle Pics is still the way to go. Or you may have a local provider there that does it as well.
So you could effectively have no cost in creating videos.
Exactly.
That's cool. I like that. Let's see.
Anybody have any other questions here?
I'm reading Janine's. Janine wants to know if she's licensed in different market areas. Can she be in different states? I don't see why not. Kevin, is there a problem with that?
Not with us. As long as you're licensed in those states and your broker approves, and you can put whatever requirements on your video that is required in your state. No issues with us at all.
Okay. Chris, can I advertise my company's website on here?
Absolutely. In fact, we encourage it. Texting is real big in the industry right now. So text 123 to 4567 and get the website back. You can put that on a frame in your video, so you get text leads. You can put your website at the end with your picture, your phone number, anything you want to create, you're free to do.
So that's very cool. That's kind of like what I was talking about with the radio and TV, the network radio and TV stuff. I used to have 30 seconds to a minute time, and I couldn't freeze. Nobody could freeze the screen. I guess they could if they had a DVR, but it couldn't freeze the radio. But where I said it directs, if it does, it elicits instant response, but it also allowed me to direct them to a better sales pitch. I mean, you could massively do that with this, right? You could do that with, you can give the bigger sales pitch here, or you can offer all kinds of those response mechanisms on here on your, that's kind of cool. I would probably do it inside of my home tours. If I had a home that got a lot of views, a lot of looks, I would probably do it inside of there.
And you can even do both. If you want to do the bigger sales on your own website and point them to your website, great. But maybe do some text so you get some leads right on your cell phone as they're watching it. I mean, this thing is just wide open right now.
Bob was asking, he's trying to go to Agent on Demand. Don't go to Agent on Demand. Go to famousagent.tv.
Yeah, otherwise you're not going to get that 197.
No.
Make sure you don't want to pay $1,000 a month.
Not yet.
Right.
Your neighbors will be paying $9.97. It's Famous Agent. It's actually right there on the screen, Bob. Bottom in the yellow. Famousagent.tv.
I think some people are still having problems with the video, but they can hear you.
Okay. Marlena was saying about vendors, that they were allowed to charge vendors for advertising. Yeah, Marlena, we're not going to bill your vendors. And I think that's what she's trying to ask. You can charge your vendors. It's just like God, I used to do that back in the days of magazine advertising. I used to, maybe I'd pick one of my mortgage brokers or a home inspector, and one of the little places where it said, you know, we're supposed to be a house, I'd put their logo and they'd pay me, I don't know, $75 for a month or $100 for a month of advertising. My cost on the page went from 400 to 300. I mean, here you can create, we don't even care if you use one of your 10 videos to create a full commercial for them.
Right.
I mean, a lot of your vendors, they may have a TV commercial already, a 30-second TV commercial that they've created. You got it in the right video streaming format here, they can upload it here. You can, I mean, trust me, these guys they're paying, believe me, if you're doing any kind of network advertising, these people are paying thousands upon thousands of dollars a month for this. You could charge them $197, charge them a flat $200, cover everything. You're on TV for free. Charge the next guy $200. You could use this as a profit center.
Absolutely. I mean, in our market, it's probably across the board, but Zillow advertising lenders are paying out the nose to advertise with the agents now. So this just goes right along with that.
Only it's on TV. So
exactly.
And okay, guys, and I guess you know what, we've run right up against time here. We're right at time, but again, guys, you'll be locked in at the 197. I know most of you've probably already signed up already, but I'm just going to recap this because we're going to have to run. You'll be locked in at the 197. You won't pay the 997 rate that we're going to be raising it to. You also have your first opportunity to get on when the Google TV version launches, Amazon Fire, and the Apple TV launches. You're guaranteed you will be the absolute first to get the offer to be on here. You'll also have the opportunities when the hosted show is launched to be interviewed on the hosted show. We can even give you copies of the videos if you want to put it on your laptop during your listing presentation to show that. And again, it should be the biggest no-brainer in the history of Earth for you by now if you haven't figured it out. It's $197 to create, crazy cutting edge technology celebrity status in your marketplace, to list pretty much every home that you walk in on. You get 14-day guarantee. So go ahead, sign up. When you register now, you could start uploading your videos. You could be creating your home tours right away, uploading whatever you want to do. And if you decide in the first 14 days it's just not for you, just say so. We'll happily give your money back, shake your hand, and we're going to let you, it's kind of our love it or keep your deal guarantee. So you can love it, and if you don't love it, you can pull off, get all your money back, but you still get to keep your 197 deal. So if you ever want to come back at another time, you come right back on at the 197 cost. So you're always locked in for life, and it really doesn't matter what the price ends up being. So anyway, we thank you for being on here and look forward to having you on demand, making you a celebrity. Take care.